Hey, Dave here with the Body Form Personal Training Fitness Bootcamps. And I wanted to answer a question that I got from, a very good question that I got from a client yesterday that I think is on a lot of people's minds. And I've heard it over the years, just in casual conversation and never really thought about it and walked all the way through it. But I think it's one of those things that clients think about, or people that are getting into exercise think about, but don't really know how to verbalize. And the question is, does working out ever get easier? And the answer is no. And the reason is because exercise, as defined, is going to be progressively harder. There's a reason that we call it progressive resistance, that as you adapt to certain loads or how heavy a weight is, you increase it, which forces your body to get stronger. And the same thing will usually happen when you're looking at like cardio. If you can walk at 3 miles per hour on your first day, by the second week you should be walking at about 3.2 to 3.5 miles per hour. And this is just an example. But the idea of exercise, as opposed to just activities like where you're walking your dog or walking around the block, or going up a flight of stairs, or just walking from your car to your office, those activities don't get progressively more difficult. And that's the thing with exercise, is that it's designed, or it's defined as something that becomes progressively more difficult over time as you adapt to it, and it forces you to adapt. And there's all kinds of ways. Of course, you don't infinitely get faster when you're running, you don't infinitely get stronger. There's ways that as you start hitting those peaks that we can increase the intensity of your training, just like if you can do 5 push-ups on your first day and you can do 10 in the next week, and then we start doing overhead presses with dumbbells, then you do 10 push-ups. It's actually harder because it's further into the workout and you're pre-fatigued. So there's things that we're doing in the background that you don't really realize that force you to get stronger. And you're getting better, it just doesn't physically get easier. But you're doing more work with heavier weights in less time, which means you're stronger and your aerobic capacity is up and your stamina increases and your resiliency increases. A lot of this stuff is mental. So as you adapt, you get stronger, and it carries over into all kinds of things. And so if you're looking at, there's 2 things that I want to convey to you is, number 1, always remember the rule of 5, which means out of 5 workouts, because the number 1 thing is, out of 5 workouts, you're going to have 1 that's like, oh my God, these weights are super light, everything feels great. 3 will be like you're going to work in a factory and you punch the clock and you do your work and you punch the clock and you walk out. That's the way it is. And then there's that 1 that's going to it's just going to suck. Your legs are going to feel heavy. You're going to be tired for whatever reason. And you can do everything right going in. You can eat properly, sleep properly, and just you have a bad day and there's no rhyme or reason or any way to avoid it. You just have to know that those days make the good days good. And it's usually going to be 1 out of 5 workouts. It's what we call the rule of 5. So know if you're having that bad day, not every day will be like that. The number 2 thing that you can do to make working out easier is to improve your diet. Because when you improve your diet, you'll have more energy, you'll feel better, you'll have more clarity, you won't be completely exhausted when you're done training, and you'll see results faster. And there's something about, as soon as you start seeing some results in that mirror and it correlates with what you're doing in the gym and there's a connection there, you can push yourself a little bit further. And that's important. And that's the one thing that you do have control over, is improving your diet will make the working out easier, more satisfactory, and in the end, you'll get better results, which is what you're going for, and it helps build that habit. You have to have those small victories in the beginning. So I hope that answers your question. Does working out ever get easier? No, but you do get better. And that's our job, is to encourage you and support you and get you moving forward in a controlled manner that's safe and get you to the goals you want. So I hope this answers your question. Hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Dave Fannin with the Body Form Personal Training Fitness Bootcamps.